We're going to use the property of triangles today to do some problem solving skills here. We're going to go ahead on our homework and look at number 4 and do that one together to give you an example of how to complete the other problems. On number 4, it says the three towns of Ripon, Sparta, and Walker form a triangle as shown below. Classify the triangle by its angles and by its sides. What's the value of x in the triangle? So there's a couple of different things that this problem is asking us to do. It's asking us to classify the triangle by its angles and by its sides. And then what is the value of x in the triangle? So we're going to have 3 different answers when we start classifying this. So the first thing we need to do is look at the angles of the triangle and see what this triangle would be. So we have a 38-degree angle, 104 degrees, and x. So already right now I can see that this angle here is greater than 90 degrees, which means that the classification by angles is going to be obtuse because it's larger than 90 degrees. Looking at the sides, we know that we have a 30-mile section over here. We have another 30 miles and we have 47 miles. So we have 2 sides that are the same. So when we have 2 sides that are the same, we have an isosceles triangle. So we know that this triangle has to be isosceles by its sides. So now we have the classification down. The second part of this problem is to find the value of x. Now our x is another angle measurement, so we want to know what this angle here is. Now we know that the angles of a triangle all add to equal 180 degrees. So if we add 38 plus 104 plus x, it's going to be equal to 180. So that's the equation that we're going to write. We have 38 plus 104 plus x is going to be equal to 180 degrees. Now we can start solving the equation by combining like terms. So we can combine 38 plus 104 and it gives us 142 plus x is equal to 180. Now to solve for x, we need to get rid of this 142, so we're going to do the inverse operation. So this is really a positive or plus 142, so the opposite of that would be subtracting. So we're going to subtract 142 from both sides, and we're left with x is equal to, I'm running out of room here, but let's go ahead and do the math. We have to borrow from this 8. 10 minus 2 gives us 8, and then we end up with a 7 minus 4 gives me 3, 1 minus 1 is just 0. So we end up with x is equal to 38 degrees, and that will be our final answer. So make sure that you're setting up your equation, then you're solving your equation, and then after you solve it, identify your answer.